What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So we got a Patreon request, another Yu-Gi-Oh character. So, Jack Atlas. He's got like a gold crown and like a big collar sort of necklace and stuff like that. So, the landscape orientation page, as usual, use a pencil and hit pause if I go too fast. So we're going to start with his eyes. Right, so center point of my page is about here. Come up, over to the right a little bit, and then we're going to go diagonal, like so. Kind of pointy down here. And then we'll go diagonal up and across like so. To there. And then we'll bring the back eyelid down. That, and then we'll go across the bottom like so. So that's the general shape. You can thicken up the eyelid lines if you want, but that's your general shape for the first eye anyway. Okay, so his iris, so it's like just a half sort of circle with the top cut off, half circle. And his pupil just in here, right up against the top eyelid. So his eyebrow, so it's like big sort of thick, real slender blonde eyebrows. So it goes thick and it cuts right across his top eyelid there and goes up like so. And this end might be slightly thicker just down here, and it gets thinner as you go up. Okay, like that. And you can thicken up eyelids and stuff as we go. If you feel like they should be darker, he's a real intense looking character, so thick eyelid lines would sort of help that. Okay, so Yu-Gi-Oh eyes are real big, so we're not in proportion. So you could, like, normally proportion would mean you can fit an eye in between his two eyes, but they're really big, so the eyes are real close together, right? So the next eye starts there. So it's probably like half an eye in between, okay? Just like half of it, or 3/4 maybe, would fit in there. Yeah, I'd say more 3/4 of his eye, or 2/3. So most of his eye, but they're bigger. So this bit like just makes the eye look a bit bigger than standard human proportion eyes. So they're just a bit closer than eye distance. So once you get that, then you go up like so. Top eyelid across. And then the back comes down, and then over. And we've got a bit of a point just down here at the front. And again, you can thicken up eyelid lines as you feel they need to be. And then his iris, another half circle with the top cut off. And his pupil just in here. Like so. And his eyebrow, a big tick, comes right up past the top of his eye there, up to about there. And then you could add another section, just maybe like a part to sort of color in, you know, just like here. Right, so nose, pretty simple. Just here, slightly over to the left, not bang right in the middle. So just over to the left. You go down. And then pull it back in that way. Pretty simple nose, Yu-Gi-Oh characters. And then there's like a shadow on this side. So just like sort of a triangle on that side, and you just color it in. Like so. Just makes the nose pop or stand out a little bit more. Okay, his mouth, very simple. Straight line across like that. Serious looking character, so no smiles. And then a bottom lip line, just here. And his chin, just down here. So in terms of proportion, eyes to nose is about the same as nose to chin, approximately. Yu-Gi-Oh eyes are real big, so I would say maybe middle of his eye maybe to bottom of his nose is about the same as bottom of his nose to chin. These two are about the same. Okay, and then bottom lip line to chin is about the same as bottom lip line to like the middle of his nose, the point of his nose. Usually it's bottom of the nose, but just in Yu-Gi-Oh characters, things aren't sort of standard. So here to here is the same as here to here, middle of his nose. Okay. And then we'll do the jaw. So we'll go up the side, like so. And just about here, underneath his eye. See that? So when you go diagonal and just across from his top lip. So that's the angle you want to go. You want to stop here. Across from his like top lip and the edge of his eye. And that's where his jaw will change and turn and go up that way. Okay. Pretty much the same on the other side. So you want to go over like so. And again, about top lip, under the edge of his eye, just here. We're going to turn and go up. Like so. And this side of his jaw has a slight curve. That's okay. It can be that his jaws are different on both sides. It makes it look like the character's head is turned a different way or something like that. It's not the end of the world if you have a curve that way and this is straight, you know. Sometimes it actually helps. Okay, now that big sort of gold helmet he has, right? So we've got like a spike that comes across onto his face here. And this is going to travel up like that. Pretty similar on this side. Well, pretty much exactly the same on this side. Just a spike coming across there. And then we'll go up like so. Up like so. And then we'll go in like that. So it's like a claw coming on his face. We'll do the same thing on this side. Like that. Right up past his eyebrow there. And then we've ones that come in across his face. Imagine they're like, I guess, hair spikes here. Except they're like gold pieces of a crown. Same thing on this side. So you'll do... oh, this one comes this way. Down to there, right across his eyebrow. And then back up like so. And just up this way. I'll erase that line. That shouldn't go over that one. And right, so then there's one like in the middle of his face going right down towards his nose. So like a V just here. Like that, and then we'll bring it over this way and then up like that. Same on this side. Over and diagonal up. Like so. And then this could have some lines just curving down around his head, just there. And then we have spikes that go up around his head, around to the back, to the top of his head, right? So the top of his head, the curved part, it's kind of like, it reminds me of Batman. So it's got like a curve in the middle with two spikes on either side, right? If you're wondering how high to go up with the head, so say like this across here, you know, like the top of his eyes and across this beak area here, that's about halfway, right? So the chin to this part of his head is about the same as here to here, okay? So like this area is halfway. So that's how high up you want the head to be, okay? And then we'll add spikes, 2 spikes on the side here, kind of like Batman's ears. One there. Up. Down to there. And we got some edge lines on it, so this curves down like so. And this one will curve down into there. And some lines inside. Okay. And then we got a couple more coming down. So we'll just get those spikes there. And these ones kind of bend a little bit, so they kind of go like this. Kind of got a curve on them just here. And there's like a longer line there and an inside line here. Then the next one here kind of curves and then goes in this way. And the last one is in behind his ear, right? Sorry, there's another line there. And his ear, we gotta draw that in. So here, curves down around, in under here, and goes back up. And there's like a braid or something, some like hair that comes down into here. And we've got like I don't know, a long sort of pipe, like wrapped around the coil of his hair, just there. You could add some ear lines and stuff in there if you wanted. And then last hair spike on this side, there. And we do pretty much this over here. So we'll do this long thing there. And then we do spike. Curves out a little bit. And then we bring it down. There. Like so. And then this one goes down sort of into his ear. We can't see as much of his ear on this side for whatever reason, so we'll just add that in. What we can see, very little. And that sort of hair section with the braid that sort of comes down from it somewhere, like here. It's like a long coil. And then one more hair spike just sticks out back here. Goes in behind his ear. Okay, so his neck, curved line this way, and coming down from his jaw just here as well, like so. So his shirt collar will come down here, right, comes across his neck, and we will bring it down like so, just underneath his chin. And then we have a couple more segments, so like a triangle sticking off here. His clothing is actually the most complicated thing about him, so kind of take your time, right? And I guess his shirt collar will go back up a bit further around back here. It goes underneath an earring. He has like an earring that says, I think it's the letter A, I'm not sure. So that comes down like so, just there. And then the inside of his shirt comes back down to here. And then that choker collar, right? So that will come across his neck here, right? And then the outside line here, and he's got like studs on it, so like a circle would be enough to show what that is. And then this comes back that way, and a couple more studs just here. Then he has neckline, like neck anatomy, neck muscles, just going up there, and maybe comes down below the collar there. And then the other side of his shirt will come down, so that's like the side of his neck here, and the other side of his shirt will come down like here. So it's like nearly like a V down here. And we could see maybe a collarbone going that way and a collarbone going up and across that way somewhere. He does have a medallion, like a necklace down here, and the string of it comes out from his shirt down to here. A piece of thread or something. And then the other piece of thread kind of comes out like so. And the other side of it will come out from the side of his neck. That. So it's got a clip on it there, and then two wings, so like a V down here. And then there's a circle that goes all the way around. So and just at the bottom, I don't know if you can see, but it's just a couple of spikes and stuff goes off the bottom of my page. And then comes back in around there. And then we just do the same sort of thing inside. Couple of these spikes down the bottom, and then the circular part goes back up and around. Okay. So then, we've his other collar sort of comes out from behind his hair back here. So like you have a line maybe for hair there. And then his collar on the other side comes out and spikes out real far. Spikes out to there and then goes back in, and then we go down like that. So it's like his other shirt collar, but it's sticking out on this side. Up, down like that. It goes into there. Phew, okay. His clothes are complicated, I must say. We have a bit of hair sticking down. We'll go back up here. A bit of hair sticking down here. Some there. And then he's got another big collar sticking out here. So we go out from here. And then it really goes far down like that. And then we'll bring it back in. To about there. And then down. Bit of a square. Back out. And then right down underneath that necklace or medallion that he has on. And then the inside line for the collar runs down this way. Down like that. And this will have an edge line. Just got to copy the shape for the outer line again. Like so. Just tracing around, following that whole shape there. Okay, then the collar on the other side, so it comes out from behind his head, real big, from about here down, and then it sticks out real far. We'll bring it back. It's about there. And then we'll go down, down, out, and then back down to there. And we'll give it sort of an edge line again, similar sort of thing, just tracing around the outside edge of that line. Maybe we could see a bit of it just here as well. And those earrings, we might as well put them in while I'm here. So like hanging down, it's very difficult. It's like a letter A. It's hard to see. So it's like rectangular on top. Comes down. Goes back, down. Up into here. Like dark shadow in here. And then maybe dark shadow in there. I think it's supposed to be a letter A, but it's hard to make out. You can barely see anything on this side, so. Okay, so he's got long pieces of hair sticking out from this. So just bring it down real long to there. And the other side, real thin. And this one comes down and touches the top of the medallion. Like so. And of course, erase any lines that you shouldn't see. So any in the white part, you can erase them. And right, his shoulder then comes off this way. Bit of a bump up here. He's got like a big spike sticking off his shoulder here. One on this side as well, can't see as much of it. So it's got like a bolt or something, so like this. 1, 2, 3, change direction. So it's like one of those standard bolts you find on, you know, tools and stuff, screws and things. And this one comes up, and there's a spike that sticks out here, so you can erase if you go over that. So curve line there. So big spike like that, and you can erase this line here. Right, so there's some inside lines, so we just go in, down, pretty much following the same shape, just smaller on the inside. And some corner lines. Like so, and then the rest of his shoulder will come down, kind of bump down like this, because it's clothing, and then his lapel has a bit of a V just here at the bottom, and it'll travel back up into there. I'm going to give it an edge, like so, back up, bumpy as well. And maybe some of his jacket, if you could see it coming off down there. Another lapel line going this way. And then he's a strap coming down the front here. And follow that again. Give it an edge. And studs, kind of like the choker collar he has on there. Another one there somewhere, and like more stitching sort of lines coming down for his jacket, fold lines for his clothing, just there. And what we can see of his other shoulder, so comes out like so. Comes down. That. And then his arm will kind of stick off this way. Some fold lines for clothing, and his arm will fly off that way. And then we'll add just some extra sort of details, some fold lines for his jacket, like so. And that's, so this strap on this side as well, so you can just see it running down here. Jack Atlas is way more complicated than I thought. I hope it's helping you, patron. And there's a stud in there, and like a stud in here, and the spike sticking off his shoulder, so we can see like the edge of those, that metal plate area here. Okay, and then spike up to there, back down to there, and then maybe an extra line or two just here, and then the sort of buckle that's holding on this to his shoulder. It seems like there's like a metal thing right there. Phew. I think that's everything. Yeah. How to draw Jack Atlas from Yu-Gi-Oh! Thank you for the request, and I will see you in the next video.